Hi, and welcome to British Dad Reacts. My name is John, and thank you so much for watching. And if you do like this kind of content, then please consider leaving a like, subscribing, leave a comment, or even a recommendation. I'm going to get straight into this. It's a long story, but this is a classic. Credit to those who put this video together.
Well, yo, right now, kick the bass for them brothers and let them know what goes on.
Rolling stones in the rap game, not bragging. Look bigger than Jagger, not sagging. Brother backwards, I'ma leave it at that. That ain't got nothing to do with rap. Shut the facts, expose those cats who pose as heroes, take advantage of blacks. The government's gangsters will cook it. A war going on, so where y'all at? Fight the power, cause great responsibility. Ask the police, who's stopping you from killing me? Disasters, fiascos, a loop by PE. If it's Einstein and we believe in TV, spreading riches is this new thing about snitches. Watch the masses move as the masses switches. System distant, but barely mister. My sole intention to save my brothers and sisters.
There's two stories going on here. Firstly, there's the story of Public Enemy and this track, Harder Than You Think. The second story, and the reason you see some bits intercut, is that in 2012 for the Paralympic Games, which take place after the Olympic Games in London, one of the TV channels was supporting the Paralympians, and they decided, or the creative people who came up with it decided, that this track, Harder Than You Think, was a great way of representing them. So they intercut some of the struggles that they have with this track. We'll talk a little bit more about Public Enemy as the track goes on, and about the origins of this song.
Yeah, that's right, Chuck, man. That's what you gotta do. You got to tell them just like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause yo, man, let me tell you a little something, man. These brothers running around, hard-headed, they get a little jealous, you know what I'm saying? Just like that. You know, they try to bring you down with them. But yo, Chuck, you got to tell them just like that.
Screaming gangster 20 years later. Of course, endorsed while consciousness faded. New generations believe in them fables. Gangster boogie on two turntables. Show no love, so it's easy to hate it. Desecrated while the coroner waited. Any given Sunday, so where y'all raided? With slavery lynching and them drugs infiltrated. I'm like that dial Chucky, baby. Keep coming back to live love life like I'm crazy. Keep it moving, rising to the top. Duck fresh, clean living, you don't stop.
It was just such a creative thing to do with this song. The song obviously is about struggles, and particularly black politics in America. But they've kind of extended its meaning to be the fight that many people, against all the odds, come and are successful and strive for what they do. And that's what the Paralympians do. And in 2012, the way it was done in London, I think, changed the way it's seen forever. It was enormous. It was almost as big as the Olympics itself. It was such a real kind of statement of humanity, I think. And that's why the two intercut, I think, just work so well. Now, Harder Than You Think obviously was a single from Public Enemy's 20th anniversary album, How to Sell Your Soul to a Soulless People Who Sold Their Soul. It was released in 2007, and it's an anthem that tells of injustice, the strength of community, action, and it's a call to action. It's also, there's a line in there, live, love, life, like you just don't care. And the song, after the 2012 Olympics, in London Paralympics, was boosted again in the charts, at least in the UK.
Revolution means change, don't look at me strange. So I can't repeat what other rappers be saying. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. Harder than you think is a beautiful thing. Get up!
Just like that.
Get up!
Just like that.
Get up!
Just like that.
Get up!
Just like that. Yeah, that's right, Chuck, man. That's what you gotta do. You got to tell them just like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause yo, man, let me tell you a little something, man. These brothers with them. But yo, Chuck, you got to tell them just like that.
So it's time to leave you a preview, so you too can review what we do. 20 years in this business, how you sell soul, gee whiz. People bear witness. Thank you for letting us be ourselves. So don't mind me if I repeat myself. These simple lines be good for your health, to keep them crime rhymes on the shelf. Live, love life like you just don't care. 5,000 leaders never scared. Rain and noise is the moment they feared. Get up, still a beautiful idea. Get up, throw your hands in the air. Get up, and show no fear. Get up if y'all really care. We need 20 years, now get up.
Yeah, that's right. We're public enemy number one in New York. Public enemy number one in Philly. Public enemy number one in D.C. Public enemy number one in Cleveland, Ohio.
It's a great, great song. And I think mixing it with the Paralympians, I think was just such a genius idea. Public Enemy were formed in around 1985. And they're a band that changed hip-hop and rap forever. With their kind of militant position, their challenging lyrics, and huge popularity. They toured in the UK in 1987, and they were massive. It was incredible that this sort of call to action, this fight against injustice, 5,000 leaders can't be scared. Basically, you all stand together. It has power. Just resonated with the British public at the time. The band were basically some friends. They grew up in Roosevelt and Long Island. And it was Carlton Ridenhour, who's Chuck D, and William Drayton, who's Flavor Flav. Interesting, Flavor Flav was a really quite talented multi-instrumentalist. But he brings a whole different vibe to this kind of song. And they produced a music soundscape, really, that was loud. Once, I think they were called the Bomb Squad, got involved and with a production team, and they just changed the game. They saw that sampling was coming, and it was really a key part of the Public Enemy sound. It's just such a wonderful track, and there are some lines for me that always kind of stand out. Before we get to that, I want to go back in history a little bit. The song was based on a really original song from the early 70s. And it was an Italian band called Delirium.
Nei suoi occhi c'è la vita, c'è l'amore. Nel suo corpo c'è la febbre del dolore. Sta seguendo una luce che cammina.
Now, Delirium were a kind of progressive rock. You can see that kind of post-hippie type feel in Italy. And this was called Gesael, the song. I'm not sure of the pronunciation in Italian. The track was also picked up in 1972 and kind of reworked. And this is starting to get closer to the kind of Public Enemy version. And it was Shirley Bassey, who's a Welsh singer, famous singer. And this was her version of the song.
Come tomorrow, wait ourselves in Santa Maria.
So you can hear very clearly that they sampled this version, Jezebel, however you pronounce it, for the Harder Than You Think track. And it's incredible to think that, you know, these guys in New York in, you know, the mid-80s onwards, and obviously this was kind of from 2007, Harder Than You Think, were pulling out samples from these kinds of songs. And I know that some of them, you know, you see, you know, I don't know, Professor Griff, Terminator, and the production team around them that had huge collections of music. How they got hold of this, I've got no idea. But what Public Enemy created was just unique. Not just in this track, but what they created as a movement. Now, to finish off, and just to kind of complete the circle, really, there's an old promo version or video of this song.
Yo, Chuck, what's the move, man? I was on my way up here to the studio, you know what I'm saying? And this brother stopped me and asked me, yo, what's up with that brother Chucky D? He swear he nice. I said, yo, the brother don't swear he nice, he knows he's nice, you know what I'm saying? So, Chuck, I got a feeling you turning into a public enemy, man. Now, remember that line you was kicking to me on the way out to LA Lounge in Queens while we was in the car on our way to the shop? Well, yo, right now, kick the bass for them brothers and let them know
What goes on? Rolling stones of the rap game, not bragging. Lips bigger than Jagger, not sagging. Spell it backwards, I'ma leave it at that. That ain't got nothing to do with rap. Shut the facts, expose those cats who pose as heroes, take advantage of blacks. Your government's gangsters, so cut the crap. A war going on, so where y'all at? Fight for power, cause great responsibility. F the police, but who's stopping you from killing me?
This is a great video. Now, all the links are in the description. And this is great because it shows some of those early Public Image gigs, performances. Some of the ones from London in 1987, and they did around the country in London, or in the UK, I should say, are just brilliant. The other link I've included, the BBC did a series of documentaries called Black Music Legends of the 1980s. And they did a 1-hour documentary on Public Enemy called Prophets of Rage. I've put the link to that in the description. It's a great documentary to watch that tells the story of the band from their beginnings and to what they were saying, how they were created, how the music was produced, and some of the performances they gave. You could write a book about Public Enemy and their influence on music and politics and consciousness, not just in the US, but in many other countries. And there are videos of them in Germany and other parts of Europe, the Netherlands. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Harder Than You Think, Public Enemy, also supporting the Paralympians. Thank you so much for watching.